United States is one of the most highly visited countries in the world, with a mix of people from various cultural backgrounds. It also houses some of the world's tallest skyscrapers and tourist attractions where people can easily relax and enjoy various types of activities. Whether you're an outdoor activity lover or a lover of peace and tranquility, in this video, we'll be showing some of the best sights to see in the United States, from sky-high skyscrapers to beautiful islands. Number 15. San Francisco. Is it possible to talk about the beautiful cities in the United States without mentioning San Francisco? This beautiful city is located far away from the hustle and bustle of business districts like Manhattan. San Francisco is popular for a lot of reasons, the major one being its breathtaking tourist attractions such as the Golden Gate Bridge. And if you've had enough of staring at the dizzying height of this structure, you could ride a cable car or take at the beautiful island of Alcatraz while driving through the art-filled streets of the Mission District. Number 14. Atlanta. Another beautiful place that you should definitely visit in the United States is Atlanta. Atlanta is popular for paying tribute to some of the world's greatest artists and revolutionaries, such as the great Martin Luther King Jr., and you should definitely not miss out on a chance to visit his National Historic Park. But that's not all. Atlanta might be home to some of the biggest legends, but did you know that it's also the home to one of the biggest pools in the world? That's borderline insane. And to top things off, they've got the world of Coca-Cola. And you could even try some delicious southern dishes or some of the city's livelier areas like Buckhead and Little 5 Points. Atlanta might be a busy and bustling city, but it's this very feature that makes it chock full of activities that could keep you busy all year long. Number 13. The National Park of Yosemite. If you'd like to take a gigantic step away from the hustle and bustle, or perhaps you're a nature lover at heart, then you should definitely check out the Yosemite National Park, which is one of the most beautiful nature sites in the world. It's got these majestic waterfalls that would amaze you, and high cliffs that look like they could almost touch the sky. But it doesn't just have to be your legs that keep busy. You could also follow some of the most popular trails for hiking, such as the famous Half Dome hike. And to make things even better, you could watch the scenic landscape on tunnel view, which is every photographer's dream come true. So don't forget to take pictures of it. Number 12. Hawaiian Islands. If you're tired of the cold, chilly air, you could visit the warm haven of Hawaii, which is a piece of heaven on earth. And we're not kidding when we say it's a haven, because it's got amazing beaches with brown sand that go on for miles, a lush scenery to bask in. And let's not forget the amazing people. While you're in Hawaii, you could also see the volcanoes in action and admire the black sand beaches of the Big Island. But you don't have to limit yourself to this. You could also decide to do it the Moana way and swim in Maui's clear waters. Number 11. Washington, D.C. Our next stop is none other than the infamous Seattle, located in Washington. Seattle is filled with diverse activities for tourists such as the Space Needle and its lively music scene. You can also check out the busy Pike Place Market, where you can eat tasty seafood and see the famous fish toss. To get a great view of the city skyline, don't forget to take the boat to Bainbridge Island before you leave. The nation's capital, Washington, D.C., is a place with a lot of history and meaning. Famous sites like the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and the United States Capitol can be found on the National Mall. Take in its beauty. And of course, no trip to Washington, D.C. is complete without a stop at one of the world-famous Smithsonian museums. These museums are fun and educational for people of all ages. Number 10. New Orleans. There's nothing new under the sky, but a vacation in New Orleans is bound to leave you wanting more. And we're talking of the musical culture and exciting beats. Can we take a moment to appreciate how New Orleans blended different cultures to form one big sensation? This part of the United States is known for its rich cultural history. You don't want to leave New Orleans without enjoying the tasty Creole food, or dancing to their beats and vibing along to the energy of the famous Mardi Gras parade. Number 9. Miami. Let's move on to the sunny beaches of Miami, Florida. Everyone's dream vacation spot is Miami. Even the residents of the United States are known for renewing their Miami experience every summer. And is it really surprising? It's no secret that Miami is one of the permanent locations for the world's hottest beach parties, where people can relax and socialize. But if you're not one for all the chit and chat, you could visit the Art Deco Historic District, which is full of color, or better still, you could enjoy some mouth-watering dishes at the Little Havana. But if you want to dance the night away in Miami, go to some of their hottest clubs. Number 8. Los Angeles. How could we mention the USA's most beautiful sights without giving a shout out to Los Angeles, the very first and only city of angels? You could never run out of ideas for your vacation in Los Angeles. There are just way too many sights to see and things to do. Is it a visit to Hollywood while taking the iconic Walk of Fame? You can also watch a live taping of your favorite TV show. And if that isn't enough to quench the thirst of the adventure lover within you, visit the famous Griffith Observatory for an experience you'll never forget. Number 7. Boston. Next off on our list of the truly beautiful and remarkable places to visit in the city. This city has a lot of history and is one of the oldest in the United States. It was also said to be a neighborhood of a much younger Ben Carson at a point in time. You could choose to walk along the Freedom Trail, a 2.5-mile road that leads you to 16 historically important sites. How cool is that? But while you're at it, don't forget to cheer for the Red Sox at the famous Fenway Park, which would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for any sports fan. Number 6. Las Vegas. And on to the next. It's none other than the best location for all casino movies. And where else could it be than the City of Sin? Las Vegas is known for having a diverse blend of environments, such as the Las Vegas Strip and tall towering structures to be admired under the blinding lights of the exotic city. But don't just stop there. There are some of the most amazing magic water shows at the Bellagio. You could also check out some world-class restaurants in the world in the city that never sleeps. You can try your luck at the casinos, fly over the Grand Canyon in a helicopter. Number 5. The Grand Canyon. It's easy to see why the Grand Canyon should be at the top of every list. Few places in the United States are not yet touched by technology. Every corner of the Grand Canyon is surrounded by a scene so beautiful, it should almost be illegal. You could take a hike around the wedge or try out the fun sport of whitewater rafting down the Colorado River. Or better still, why not sit back and enjoy the breathtaking views with your family or romantic partner? Number 4. Chicago. If you've ever heard of Chicago, you've probably heard of the beautiful buildings, the delicious deep dish pizza, and the lively art scene. Chicago is also home to the Millennium Park, which is home to the famous Cloud Gate sculpture, which is also called the Bean. And there are even more sights to see that have just the right blend of art, history, and culture. The Art Institute of Chicago is one of those places that you should see. The Art Institute has a large collection of artworks by some of the most popular artists of all time, like Van Gogh, Monet, and Picasso. But what are the other fun activities you could do while you're in the city? You could take a riverboat design tour to see the city's skyscrapers, such as the Willis Tower, which used to be called the Sears Tower. Number 3. Yellowstone National Park. We've talked about the beautiful cities, the islands, and all their natural glory, and many more. But why don't we head straight for Yellowstone National Park? This park is known for its wild beauty. Animals are just so beautiful to watch, especially when they're being mischievous little monkeys or birds. It would be an amazing way to celebrate nature, and guess what? This park was the first national park in the world. It's got almost every animal you could ever think of. Think of wild bison and geysers, and you could even spend an entire day staring at the colorful hot springs and the Grand Prismatic Spring. Number 1. New York City. Our trip comes to an end in New York City, the city that never sleeps. There's just no way a trip to America could be complete without a visit to New York City. You've just got to admire the busy streetlights of Times Square, or when you need peace, you could easily take a hike down Central Park. There are just all sorts of things to do in New York. You could choose to visit the site of the former World Trade Center that was crashed into by an airplane during a terrorist attack. Or better still, you could visit the Statue of Liberty and set your sights on other famous buildings, such as the Empire State Building. And while you're at it, why don't you give your stay a proper finishing by seeing a Broadway show for an epic night of entertainment? And that brings the video to an end. Have you been to any of these places? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, turn on alerts, and subscribe to our channel for more travel content like this. See you in the next video.